Okay. So, it's been a very long time. It's been a very long time since I've made one of these. We'll see how it goes. We are going to be making a double-walled shiboridashi in my style. And we're gonna do hearts. Yo, what's up, Amanda? If you want a top-down angle, I got that going over on Facebook at the moment. Which is what that other camera is. So we haven't done this in a million years. I can't actually remember the last time I've made a shiboridashi. Hell yeah. Tell me about it. How's work been going? I know it sounded like you had a lot to do today. Oh no. Damn. What time is it now? I have no idea at the moment. Oof. Damn, I'm sorry. Make this a little bit wider. So what are you gonna entertain yourself with for the next 4.5 hours? I feel like I want to make this. Hi. I feel like I want to make this slightly wider on the bottom. Cool. There we go. Simple. Oh no! Yes, this is porcelain. Usually I add things to my porcelain, but today we're not going to be adding anything. Probably should have added a little bit of silica sand to this porcelain because it's cracking. You guys over on Facebook will see. Oh, I've been doing porcelain almost exclusively for 8 years, 9 years, though I've been now switching back to a black clay. Look at all that cracking in that porcelain at the bottom there. Doesn't really matter, this is going to be double walled, you won't see it anyway. So we're at 3 inches, 3¼ inches. So now we got to make the interior section. And we will be making this pink today. I kind of, sort of, in a way, wish that we had made it even wider on the bottom, but maybe we'll make another one. Maybe we'll make an undulating one next, but we're gonna just do these one at a time. I don't have the cognitive capabilities to crank out multiple teapots at the same time. Especially a form that I haven't done in quite some time. Oh, tell me about them. We're in France. What kind of bowls? What do you use them for? Tell me everything. I have a feeling I'm actually too wide already. No, I'm not. Good. I think I am too tall though, but we'll deal with that when the time comes. All right, so we're at good width here. We can belly out a little bit more on the bottom. Get some more milliliter capacity going on. That's probably where we want to be. Nice. Oh, I'm sure, and nothing broke? Okay, next measurement needs to be the top rim. And I just annoyingly introduced a bunch of schmutz. The sponge is deteriorating, so I just lost a piece of sponge in here. I need to grab a different sponge in a second. Let me just actually do that now. One that's potentially not deteriorating on me. It'll burn out later, it doesn't really matter, but still kind of annoying. Okay, we're too big, so when we torch it, it should be good. Then we just have to make, that's awesome. Oh, hell yeah. And who is the potter? Oh, we're at the right height, good. I'm in New England. How about you? Put this on Do Not Disturb. What is going on? Can you still hear me, by chance? Hi, I'm back. Can you hear me still? Okay, cool. I'll have to check that out. awful, awful porcelain. I should have mixed in silica sand. I was trying not to because I can you hear me by chance over here still, or did that screw me up when I got a phone call? Okay, good. So you can see how bad this porcelain is from all the cracking down there. So we're just going to do a soft patch on it. No one will be the wiser. Only you guys will know that this porcelain misbehaved. Honestly, it doesn't even really matter. What I've just noticed is that people get stuff like that. They complain to me. They're like, oh, the clay is not food safe anymore, which is just not true. That's not how food safety works in pottery. But I'd really just rather not deal with the conversation, so we're going to patch it. Okay, next thing we need to do is trim that. To keep a little bit of clay for some other stuff. But it should be enough to trim. Sounds good. What are you working on? Amanda, she's doing okay. She's snuggled under the blankets right now in front of the fire. She's still limping, so we're just gonna take it easy. I think she just pulled a muscle. The snow was really uneven that we were hiking through, so I think it'll all be good. I just have to make sure she's okay and just take it slow. Oh, hell yeah. And why 4-leaf clover? And St. Patty's Day is coming up soon, or are you just like 4-leaf clovers? I don't think she can eat anymore because I've given her so many treats, Amanda. Filled to the brim with mussels today to help with her joints. That's true. That's true. What's up, boo? How are you? Right. Let's see how we're feeling. Thinness wise, we can go a little bit thinner, but it's pretty much there. I know you do, but you never put out financially, so how are you supposed to do that? You know what I mean? So needy without any reciprocation. Hmm. Okay. I think we're at... Oh, hell yeah. Love that. That's YouTube over there. So if you want if a high angle for those on YouTube, you go to Facebook. If you want a low angle... Wait, actually, we need to do something else. You go to YouTube at the moment. Okay, so next thing, I'm going to spray some pink gloop in your guys' faces. I'm about to get you gloopulated, so bear with me. Awesome, appreciate it. Oh, I got clogged already. This is just the first coloring, but yes. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you stopped in. Okay, so next step, let's see if I measured this correctly. Kind of a feeling I did not, but we'll find out together. Oh my god, look at that fit. You know, you do you. Enjoy yourself. I think all clay is the same. I think some batches of this porcelain that I get are not great, but I don't find much of a difference in clay bodies. They all feel pretty similar to me. And then you have to define regular clay for me too, because there's tons of types of clay. So originally I was going to trim off the top and make it fully flat, but it's kind of close enough that I don't think we need to do that. You know what I mean? Unless you guys think that's a good idea, but I don't think it matters. It's not that far off. Okay, so the next step, and here is the reason that I stopped making these shibori dashi out of porcelain. And this porcelain, I have a feeling is going to give me a ton of issues, is that this is where it cracks, and then you lose the whole thing. If I can find my paintbrush. No, 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 I'm sure you could do it. It's easy. Easy peasy, anybody could do it. Especially, you got so many guides that I've made. I've put out so many videos on how to make double-walled stuff, and I'm published in different magazines, step-by-steps with pictures, how to do this exact technique. Did my student steal my paintbrush? That son of a gun. Give me a sec. All right. Moment of truth. Did she steal my paintbrush? She did not. Am I blind? I don't know how to do this step without a paintbrush. Everybody hold on to their butts for a second while we go through this ride and try to find a paintbrush. I wonder if I took it upstairs to help me do some other stuff that I was working on upstairs. So I have this paintbrush. That one might work. And I have these two paintbrushes. This one's trash because it's wood. I don't want that. This one's really thin, but it's plastic, so I think we're gonna go for this one. Sounds good, boo. That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, welcome over here. Okay, so here is where the hard part comes into play. We're going to add a spout. And porcelain on these is notorious for cracking. So we're essentially going to just rock a tool back and forth here. I'm just going to mentally prepare myself for this failing, because it almost always does. And the key here is to make it big enough that it actually works, but not so big that it looks stupid and deforms the whole thing. Ah, it's already cracking. You guys see that? This is kind of why I stopped. This is why I stopped making shibori dashi. Do you see that? I mean, look what happened. It totally just cracked out on us. Not entirely even sure what to do there. We'll try to patch it with some porcelain and go from there, but this is a pretty common, like literally, so I used to make these all the time. And when I first started making them, the porcelain that I would buy was really good quality stuff, and it would never crack and do anything like this. But as the years went on, I've noticed the quality of the porcelain was very hit or miss. And you know, we've been doing all this work, so we got a double-walled piece, and we got all the way to this point, and then it would crack on us. And it was just like a consistent issue that I had. And it was only happening on porcelain. But the thing is, I want to do porcelain on these because we're going to be putting hearts on all of these pieces. So, I mean, we're in a conundrum. We can do these with just normal stoneware at some point. but for these particular pieces, I would really like this to work. But it really is not feeling promising. So we'll start with that for now, and I'll try to patch it up later and do some more to it. I would like to just take this one to completion and then contemplate my life decisions and then go from there. So the next step we can do is throw in a very thin, essentially a gallery, because I make a variation on a shibori dashi. So my variation requires 3 pieces, whereas an actual shibori dashi is just a 2-piece vessel. Well, it'd be 3 pieces if it wasn't double walled. It's more than that because it's double walled. So what we're gonna do is throw a gallery. Hi. We're gonna throw a gallery where the next piece will then sit on top of. So the reason I started using silica sand in my clay was because of the kind of bad quality porcelain that I was getting, where it was cracking like this all the time. And I don't know if I said or not why I'm not, oh my god. I don't know if I said why or not that I'm not adding it right now, but the reason is, the reason I'm not adding it now is because I really wanted a clean heart. And if you add in the silica sand, it makes the cutting process a lot sketchier because now you're dealing with grit as you're cutting through. So it's possible to do still. It's not like it makes it not possible. It just makes it sketchier for putting the hearts really close together. And I thought hearts that were close together on this one would be super cute. That was my whole. It's all about just being cute. At the end of the day, everything's just about being cute. Nothing else matters. So for those on YouTube, I will show you what I just did in a second. So let me just get it attached. If you're impatient and want to see what I'm doing, you should be able to see it on Facebook right now. So essentially, I'm just making a spot for the next piece to sit on. Otherwise, it would not actually, it would just break. It would crack apart. So. Okay, so next thing we need to do is take a measurement of this section now. Okay. You guys can see what I did there, added a little gallery. So now we need another bat. And we're going to throw a piece that'll seep into that, and this is where the lid is going to be attached, or a place for the lid to be. So this can go all the way through because it doesn't matter, because it's going to be cut and trimmed all the way through it later anyway. We're just going to pull it out slowly on an angle inward. I always like to get things slightly too big, because then we can trim them down later on. Bring this thing up. And you know what? We're going to split the rim on this. This is a new technique I've been doing for lids, for galleries. I've never done it on something like this. But instead of pushing down and splitting the rim, we're just going to fold it over and split the rim. Just kind of a fun new technique that we've been messing around with. Someone showed me someone doing that on Facebook or on Instagram a couple months ago, and we kind of have now switched over to that being our primary method to make a rim. You can just kind of, it gives some more versatility. In some ways there are some issues with it, but overall it's a really cool technique. So this is where the holes are going to go, which I have none of my hole punching equipment down here. And I'm realizing that that might be an issue. But I was also thinking about, instead of holes for the filters, carving small little hearts as the filters, because I think, again, my main priority in a lot of my stuff is just being, or the stuff that we're going to start making is going to be just cuteness factor. Don't care much about anything else outside of that. Okay, so now we're going to just give this a little bit of a trim. We'll see how far off we are. We're just too big, which is exactly where we want to be. And we're just going to bring this in a little bit. Without that trimming tool, because that trimming tool is dull. Need something sharp for this. I don't know if you guys can see. Do you see how thin that is? It started that thick, and now it's this thin. I don't know how well that comes across. I need a new trimming tool. Okay. So now, we're just going to slowly take this clay out. And it's wet, so you have to just take it out very quickly. If you try to torch something and then immediately trim it, it doesn't work. It just creates a crusty layer. And so torching is great, but with the caveat that you have to like let it sit for a second. So what I've been really loving about putting all the hearts in all my work is that I can just make these double-walled pots with you guys in my studio, and then the next day I can just sit with little dog on the couch and carve. It does mean that you guys never get to see that process unless I decide to show it, but I do those streams every so often, but not as much. Okay, I think we're in right where we want to be. I'm going to finish up on Facebook real quick, and while we're talking, I'm going to call my mother back, who called halfway through here. Usually I would hang up for these, but since no one's talking, I may as well. Though it doesn't sound like she's going to pick up. Yeah, exactly. She did not call me back. Well, or didn't pick up the phone. That's all right. Hopefully that means that it was nothing important. It's usually because she saw some cool animal on the street or on the road, or like there was a raccoon at her house the other day, and she was very excited to call me to tell me about the raccoon that was just like sunbathing by the door. Oh, good. I'm glad. All right, I'm gonna briefly turn Instagram on. Briefly turn Instagram live on, just because I never go live over there. So while we're doing this, so let's see if I measured properly. Yeah. Okay, so that's the look we're going for. That's perfect. Perfect fit. Couldn't have asked for a better fit there. I'm still worried about this spout actually working properly, but that's okay. We're doing our best. The one worry too that I have is that I would like to put, if I'm going to put hearts in for the pouring, it would be a lot easier for me to cut out the hearts now than try to cut them out later. So this may just make everything go completely awry and horrible, but I'm going to try to carve out hearts as the filters real quick, and we'll see how that's going to go. So the question is, they have to be pretty small, and so I really don't know how well this is going to work. We're making a shiboridashi, one of my styles of shiboridashis, but we're doing hearts, and so there's underglaze everywhere, and the filter holes are going to be little hearts. So we have to carve these out. And I think we have to do it now. So that's going to be the heart. So we're just going to do What are you working on today? We're going to just do hearts around like half of this. And then just hope for the best. One, two, three, four. Let's do 5 hearts. So here's another thing that I've learned. So those are going to be the hearts that we're going to carve out. One thing I've learned from making shibori dashi in this style is that you have to offset some of the airflow with a heart on the back. So we're going to do 2 hearts on the back, and this is just to offset the air pressure so it pours properly. Okay. Now, I'm going to carve out all of these hearts. So bear with me. Let's start with the back hearts because those will be easier. And this idea might not work at all. It might not pour, might not work, but that's why we're doing it. We're just trying to do something different. We're trying to be cute, you know what I mean? Is it cute? Are hearts cute? I kind of think so. So I've been carving a lot of these hearts recently, and the thing that I've learned about them, usually I let them set up more before I do this, but I don't have that luxury for what we're doing, is we cut them out, all of them out. Juliet, Addie was just talking about you yesterday. Oh no, 2 days ago. How are you? What's new? What's happening? Juliet, what do you think of the new direction where I'm just doing hearts everywhere? Okay, so now we gotta do these hearts all the way around. So here are the 2 hearts. Those are the offset ones for the water to flow better. And now we're gonna do these ones, which are the filter holes. Oh yeah? Which day? And for you guys over on YouTube, I'm sorry, the angle is going to be really horrible for you for a little bit. But I am on Instagram at the moment, so you can check it out there if you want. Okay, okay. How often are you guys going to the mountain? Yeah, I want bright pink ski pants. Super jealous. Mine are black. Though I feel like that would clash with the color of my jacket. And you're there the same time we are? Thank you. Appreciate you. Even though you can't see what I'm doing. Okay. So Oh, that's true. Well, I don't usually go with everybody to the course. I like going through the woods, so I just kind of stay over there unless someone is like they need extra help and stuff like that. Because the woods are the best part of Mohawk. All right, well, maybe one of these days. We only have a week more, 2 weeks more of ski team, so maybe I'll say hi. Hang out by the track one of these days. Good. How are you? What's new? What's happening? Okay. So there are our hearts. Bye. Thanks for stopping in. Now we just have to clean those hearts up. But those would be the filters for the where the water for the tea leaves. So all of our hearts are our filters. Because why not? You know. They will not be making these often. This may even just be a one-off situation. As in the filter hearts. Good. What have you been throwing? So usually I thin out my hearts, but I'm not going to, just because of the fact that I have to throw this thing together in a moment, and I don't want things to break on me. And I can clean up more of the hearts now that they are fully cut out and stuff. So now that they're out, I think it's going to be way easier to actually like clean them and do things to them later, if I so choose. Hi, hi. How are ya? Oh, awesome. I love that idea. Okay. Let's see if I did this right. So now the next step on this, and I wish I had something to flatten this off properly, but I don't really. Is to fuse this onto here. I mean, come on, look how cute that is. Okay, so we're just going to do a little wigglage. And then we're going to take a doozy what's it from the inside. And push up and fuse them 2 layers together. So this is why we made that false gallery earlier on. And hold on a second. If anybody says anything over on Instagram, I will not see it for a half a second. Ah! Shoot. I was worried that was going to happen. So this is a double-walled shiboridashi, which will get hearts. Why is this not working? We'll get hearts later. Thanks, appreciate it. All right, let's do this. Try this again. Yeah, I'm really digging the hearts these days. I know it probably feels slightly off-brand, but if you knew me in person, it's not really off-brand at all. Why is this coming off, though? It makes me slightly nervous as far as like having this thing actually stay together while it's drying. And I may have just broke the spout, but that's okay. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to fuse it from this side. Okay, I think that is as fused as I can get it. Still really worried about this spout, but I don't know what to do. Thanks, Gabby. What do you think? Yeah, the hearts are the filter holes. Come on now. All right. I think we can take this off now. I think we're done. Done with this part of it. We'll have to trim this thing next. So the next thing is lid. Oh wait, I don't. That's right. I took. Did I undercut this yet? Did I take this off yet? I don't know, but whatever. Doesn't hurt to do it twice, I guess. Okay. Next step. Thanks. I'm really psyched on too. Nope, this is 92700 porcelain. It's just a cone 10 porcelain that Sheffield produces. I've never been a huge fan of B-Mix. I don't have anything negative necessarily to say with it, but I'm also not dying to use it. I'd rather porcelain that has a bunch of silica sand wedged in. Oh my god. Alright guys, on Instagram, I will be right back. I'm getting a phone call that I can't seem to get rid of. Am I really? I have headphones in and the phone's right next to me. That's crazy. Jake, it's on YouTube right now. Alright, I gotta go. I'll be right back on Instagram, but I gotta make a phone call. don't know why. How are her phone calls getting through my do not disturb all of a sudden? It's driving me insane, guys. Oh my god, she doesn't pick up, I swear. What's up? You called. You called. She's okay. She's still limping pretty hard, so no up and down stairs and no running for a little bit. But we're in my studio throwing pots at the moment. She's sitting by the wood fire underneath like two jackets. You can't even see her head. So yeah. So but I think she's on the up and up. She was limping less when I got home from teaching this morning. So that's a plus. No, I don't think I think it's because we went for, she was like jumping through snow and it was hard and soft and hard and soft. I think that's the issue. Yeah, you pull a muscle too? Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Let's see if anything changes though. Gross. Oh. Oh, yeah. Well. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's hard to say what will happen. You know, well, I don't know. I feel like he ignores everything they say. So I understand, but it seems like he still does. I don't know. I just don't. Yeah. Yeah. Just a horrible dude. Yeah. She's good at the moment. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, don't go driving either. When I was driving back from Tom's this morning, it was I was slipping and sliding everywhere. So I don't recommend leaving at the moment. The roads are really bad at the moment. Yeah, well you got your walking sticks though. Mm. Well, whatever, who cares? Yeah. Uh-huh. Why, did you do something stupid? Mm-hmm. You mean on his podcast he did that? Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. he's psyched that. Okay. And he doesn't like that? Is that what you're saying? And why is she on the podcast then? Oh, I see. It's kind of a weird. Sure, it's kind of a weird move. Mm-hmm. He's saying that in a negative way? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I don't know what to say about any of that. Yep. 100%. Oh, it's awesome. Yep, he's definitely good at talking. Yeah, well, I think that's a family trait. No, he doesn't ask anything ever. In any context. Oh, Peter Hyde. Yeah, he definitely, Peter Hyde does that too. Well, sometimes. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get back to work. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get back to work. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Dog and I will come over later and say hi. All right, bye. All right, back to the grindstone. Hi. Ah. Well, that's not gonna work. All right, so the last thing we're gonna be able to do together here is trim this bad boy. We are making a double-walled heart shiboridashi. So the filter hearts are hearts, filter holes are hearts. There's going to be hearts carved into the side, not with you guys today, but later on. From the Philippines, well, welcome in. If I missed anything over on Instagram, I'm sorry. Also streaming on YouTube if anybody wants to go there. All over the place. So essentially we're going to spray this with underglaze soon. Once we've trimmed this, and then we're going to spray the lid with underglaze. We're going to look at everything, contemplate our life decisions, potentially try to make the spout functional because it broke because of all that. No, I am not. And go from there. Are you proposing? Is that what you're asking right there? Okay, so what we're gonna do is torch the inside a little bit. Then we're gonna take a lot of clay up. Brian, what's good, man? We're using 92700 porcelain. It's a cone 10 porcelain from Sheffield Pottery. Oh my. I'm looking for a rich doctor. Are you a rich doctor? um, how often? It depends on the season, but pretty much daily. I'm doing something with clay, either carving or making. Fair, Brian, are you getting all this sleet where you are? Oh yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm not really intending for it. Dr. Rich, how are we talking? Go on, keep talking. I'm listening. Whoa. Damn, all right. Living the life out there then. I still don't know what to do with this spout. I'm kind of worried about it, but we'll figure it out. What's up, Tracy? Sure, we can make a creamer. Do you think this is a creamer? It's a creamer. So this is a shiboridashi, which is a type of Japanese teapot. Oh my god. Thanks, Rita. Appreciate you. So good to me. Oh my god. Get rid of some of this underglaze. So we're gonna have to deal with that spout at some point, but I don't know. I don't know what to do about it now. Okay, so let's put this to the side. We'll carve hearts in it later, but not today. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. But look how screwed up that spout is, so we gotta really work on that. Last thing I need to spray and put a hole in is this. Oh yeah, we've missed that part. Okay. Yeah. I'm afraid that's not the one I'm looking for, Rita. Thanks, Tracy. Appreciate you. Yeah, fair. Totally fair. Just as a reminder, if anybody becomes a member on YouTube, it also opens up a Discord channel where we talk about tea and just life and blah, 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 blah. And pottery, obviously. A lot of pottery talk, a lot of critiquing and things like that, if anybody does pottery. So this is way thicker than I thought it was, which is fine. Totally fine. Oh yeah? That's awesome. Is it close by? Hopefully? So interesting how so many pottery classes are like on Monday nights or Tuesdays. Feels like the 2 days that is like always pottery. Oh, yeah, 100%. So I sell almost exclusively online. Occasionally I will do in-person sales. I'm on a studio tour that I started with a bunch of people years ago. So people come to my studio every October. But I am mainly an online-based store. So if you are in person, I don't have anything in my studio to show. But you certainly, if you are local and you want to look at a bunch of things, you can message me on my website or my shop website or on Instagram, and I can bring them down to the studio and we can look at them and things like that. But I'm an online situation. Yeah, that was the one that worked out best for me. So there's our heart filter hole. I have 2 things on my website at the moment. I've sold out everything else. The next nut firing is not until April, so So there. I probably will start doing a little bit of electric firing with these heart pots. I would prefer a cone 6 porcelain, but for tea it doesn't really matter. Hi, how are ya? Yeah. Since you popped in, I just want to show you where Olive is, but it's pretty cute. She's underneath. You see a little bit of her right there. Poor baby hurt herself. We went on, ooh, why can't I zoom out? Went on a gallivant in the woods yesterday and sprained something. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think I just have 2 double-walled bowls and a black clay with Shino left. I think that's all that's on my website currently. Okay, so last thing we have to do for this is give it a little bit of spray. And Tracy, if you decide to join the Discord, and the link's not working, just send me a message over on Instagram and we'll get it sorted. Because I've had some issues with that. It happens. It's my fault. I took us for kind of an outing into the middle of the woods, in the snow, and it was too much stuff going on. And I should have known better, but so this will have hearts carved into it everywhere, but not right now. I really got to fix this, but anyway, there we go. So I'm gonna take a 15-minute tea break, go hang out with Olive for a little bit, and then I will be back, and we're gonna make a double-walled cup that was a custom order, and thank you, and maybe some more double-walled cups, or maybe we'll make some smaller, just like Guinomi size cups for an experiment for a wood fire, for an electric firing. So I'm gonna head off. I will be back soonish. Thanks for hanging, everyone. Appreciate you. Well, send me a message. Maybe we can do a custom one. Send it over on Instagram. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.